He was astonished at the figure in the leather folder. It was a mistake or a prank. The napkin with the same red writing caught his attention. "My mother did not need you to help her," he repeated, dumbfounded. Then it clicked. Texas resident Casey Simmons had a bad day. This day had all the signs of being his worst. On most days, it was challenging enough to work the night shift at the neighborhood Applebee's, but it was impossible when there was a staff shortage. Despite his best efforts, stopping the customer flow seemed impossible. Another woman entered, exhausting Casey. Sitting with her family, the woman patiently waited for Casey to take their drink orders. When he finally served her table, he was honest about his situation. "Hey, my name is Casey," he smiled. "I am terribly behind schedule and in the weeds right now," he said. He told her he would take their food order in 45 minutes. Casey bought the table's drinks to appease the woman. His day was bad. As more customers entered the restaurant and orders piled up, he became stressed. Complaints worsened everything. Casey's service rate dissatisfied diners. Casey served many tables, but he was only one. He saw another woman demanding drinks but knew he couldn't serve all these tables. He considered alternatives. His inner voice encouraged him. Should he quit now? If you like my videos, don't forget to like or subscribe. Thanks in advance. Despite appearances, Casey was brave. He also needs money to survive. Despite working hard, Casey had limits. He asked management for a second waiter. That night, Applebee's was understaffed. Thus, his request was denied without surprise. He persevered despite fatigue. The plot twist surprised him. Casey learned to handle good and bad nights on the job, but his success depended on tips. He appreciated the generous tips from some customers. Other customers weren't as generous. Despite his best efforts to serve customers, some left small tips or none at all. Kelsey realized this was service industry reality. He ran to the woman's table to take their orders, startled. Despite telling Casey the table wouldn't order food, the woman left with a bottle of flavored water. Casey felt terrible because her family had waited an hour to order food and was leaving. Before paying, he grabbed the woman's flavored water. After subtracting the drinks Casey claimed were his for the table, the bottle of flavored water cost 74 cents. After searching her purse, she said she didn't have the money. Casey asked him to split the 37-cent payment between 2 credit cards. Casey couldn't believe it but patiently complied before rushing to serve another table. Casey collected the bill from the woman and her family after seeing his other clients. However, the table was empty when he approached. He feared they had left, furious that he hadn't taken better care of them. He couldn't change it now. His eyes widened, though, when he opened the leather folder and read the letter on the receipt. The woman wrote $500.37 in the gratuity line. He assumed she made a mistake. But counting the wad of cash and coins confirmed it. As the generosity hit him, he cried. He remained confused. Why? The napkin note appeared. On behalf of the Sullivan family, I want to thank you for being the person you are, the red-inked napkin note began. You made my Mother's Day wonderful on one of the saddest days of the year, my father's 3-year anniversary. You made her smile. Puzzled, he read until the note made sense. Casey saw an elderly woman in Kroger earlier that day while shopping for necessities. He approached her after seeing her upset. He recalls seeing a woman in front of him. She glanced at me occasionally, making it appear she was crying. He had no idea his actions would bring him good karma. Casey Simmons' mother taught him that Texans valued hospitality. Casey's kindness extended beyond family as a young man. A typical day began. Casey had no idea what would happen when he helped a stranger on this warm Texas morning. I say, it's not raining inside. No need to look down. Because you're beautiful, I'm sure you have a lovely smile. She looked like she had a bad day, Casey recalls. She kind of shut me down. "I wanted to make her grin a little bit and it wasn't happening," he told ABC News. Casey persisted as the woman grimaced more. He couldn't stand seeing her upset because she reminded him of his grandmother. He joked and tried to make her laugh. He was surprised by her reaction. She cried more, not smiling as he hoped. Casey was committed. Seeing the old woman in distress saddened him and made him more determined to help her. Casey couldn't abandon her in tears like others did. Casey tried his hardest to cheer her up by acting the fool. Finally, something happened. Her gray hair was matted and her wrinkled, pink face was streaked with tears. Casey was heartbroken. Despite this, the woman smiled. Casey felt like a sunbeam seeing it on her face. After the smile, he wanted to help her more. After chatting with the elderly woman, Casey offered to buy her groceries. He longed to cheer her up. $17. She agreed after he promised to pay. Casey knew he had brightened her day when she smiled warmly at him. After that, he ignored it. He had no idea that his good deed would pay off. Casey left the stranger with his Applebee's business card after paying for her groceries. He wanted her to have a helpline. He started his shift. "When I get to work, I say, it's a great day. I'll make friends and money," Casey said. "This was my worst Applebee's day. I was about to leave when this lady came in." Casey was over the old lady by afternoon. As an Applebee's server, he worked late. Casey cleared the table for a small family while rushing. Something was wrong. Before asking for the bill, the family ordered a 37-cent flavored water. The family may have annoyed other servers during dinner rush. They requested splitting the small bill between 2 credit cards. Casey was different. He politely complied without judging. When he got the receipt, he saw the note. Casey didn't realize Kroger's daughter's mother sat in his section. She visited Applebee's to repay him for her mother's kindness. Her grocery was only $17, and you insisted on paying and told her she was a very beautiful woman. "You made my mother's year," the note concluded. Casey was in awe. Ordering flavored water was a ruse. Casey needed confirmation from his manager. Felt unworthy. Manager verified. The family tipped Casey $500 for a 37-cent bill. Casey shared his astonishment on social media. The story spread quickly. The story soon reached national news outlets. Casey's story has been overwhelmingly positive. Casey, known for his kindness, seeks ways to help. Local news stations soon covered Casey's story. The story went viral without him knowing. When he opened his Facebook feed, he was surprised to see netizens from all over the world hailing him as a hero. Great to see good, generous, humble, sincere, and caring people in our cruel world. Thanks. Commenter wrote. Casey always tries to be kind, but his example may be hard to follow. Everyone is too busy with their own lives to help others. Casey's story shows that kindness often pays off. Most Facebook users called Casey's story heartwarming. The original commenter then suggested. She said the world would be better if everyone did one kind act a day. How does Casey feel about becoming a hero and gaining so many social media followers and fans? Casey is humble despite his recent fame. He tried to cheer up a stranger. "Even with what I did at the grocery store, I would want someone to do that for my daughter, mom, or grandmother," he admitted. "If they looked like that woman at Kroger, I would pray you would." Casey's story spreads love and happiness worldwide. Asking if someone is okay can change your and their lives. Doing good deeds for others doesn't mean everyone will return the favor like the Sullivan family did to Casey. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in the next video.